Hello everyone, welcome back. Here we are, the NK Maribor save, and we have got the first league game of the season, but it's not the first competitive game of the season. We've already had two of them, so we'll go through them in a sec. Transfers is always a good place to start. So transfer history, here we go. More players going out than coming in, but we'll start with the ins. Miha Bracco has come in on a free transfer. My scouts found him, absolutely raved about him, said he's got the potential to be one of the best players at the club. He was already close to being as good quality as my wingers are already, and looking at his stats, that's a worry. But yeah, he's been good. I say he's been good. He looks good. He's been drafted in. Oh, hang on, he played for us. I've re-signed him. I didn't even bother to look at that, but yeah, we've re-signed him, and he's gone out on loan to Radomir, who are actually Radomir, who are actually in our division. So hoping he'll get some game time there. As it says there, potentially be a key player from the squad. Lots of pros, a few little cons, but which we can work on. But potentially going to be very good. The other transfer we have in is Juros Selsa, I think. Names are going to be a problem for me in this this series, so be warned. Juros Selsa came in very cheap, 75k. Decent left back. We need another one in because we only have one at the club. And all in all, yeah, I'm happy with him. He is the backup, but I'm happy with that. Slovenian national as well. 27, in for 75k. Happy days. He played for us as well. Bloody yeah, it's just like Return of the Players, isn't it? That's a shit Star Wars film for you. Return of the Player. So he started his career at us, and now I've signed him back. Brilliant. I should really pay more attention to these sort of things. On the outs, we have Rok Taneski. A youngster, gone pretty cheap. He's gone for 18k overall. We probably will get that fee. He's only worth 62, but we have a 50% of his next sale clause in. So whatever he goes for as a next transfer, we will be getting 50% of it. Eventually, he gets released from his contract, then I'll just sign him on free and have him back, because that's what I do, apparently. Tyre Villa, 250k to Heerenveen, he's gone. Who was the left back that we got rid of? I mainly got rid of him because of his age being 29, and he wasn't excellent, and he wasn't going to be my first choice left back. He is better than the left back I bought in, I understand that. The left back I've got in is younger. So yeah, he moved 250k. The board are a bit pissed off and said I let him go cheaply. Something they are happy about is the fact that I got $1 million for Dino Hotic, who is a 20-year-old Slovenian, not been capped by the full team yet, but could play anywhere out in the middle and a right winger. He does look good. He did look like he had some good potential, but he was worth something like 24k, and it's rare the computer pays over the price that he becomes valued at, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we got $1 million for him, and it was a full-on million, and then some clauses. If we look at the clauses we have, yeah, so Dino Hot, so 50% of the profit made in his next transfer will come to us, which is really good. Selsa, we're paying 5k after league appearances, and we're paying them over 24 months. And Rok Taneski is the youngster. As I said, 50% of his next transfer will go to us. We're due 4k after 10 league goals, 4k after 10 league appearances, and we're due 500 quid for every month this year. All in all, that is the transfer news done. Going on to the schedule then. So we had our friendly games, which went pretty well. We got a pretty boring 2-2 draw against Brno. I want to say boring, literally it was just the goals that happened. We then went on to play our fierce rivals Olympia, 3-1 in the Super Cup, which we won. Hooray! To claim our first bit of silverware as a manager. The board were obviously very happy with that. That was very good. If we have a look at the goals, this is what they look like. Yeah, we actually went 1-0 down, as you can see. It was a cross from the near post. These were all going a little bit quick. Sorry about that. Aliki scored for Olympia. We just kept it going. Tavares put in a free kick, and it was headed from one centre-back to the other, with Rodrigo Defendi finishing it off. A tidy finish at the back post after Sula headed it back across. That made it 1-1. Yeah, so Hotic won it back in the middle of the pass, up to Sonny, into Tavares, who got to the edge of the box and pinged it into the bottom corner wonderfully. So that was 2-1. And by this time, we were bossing the game. We were dominating it, really. I think you can see the stats there. And then Tavares put in a ball to the back post, and Sula, the other centre-back, was there for a goal. And it was very good. It was a very good win. The board were happy. And all in all, a good performance. From there, we then went on. I'm not going to show you the goals of this one. We then went on to play our Europa League second qualifying round, leg 1, away, and we got a 5-1 win. So we absolutely smashed them. But what we're going to do today, hopefully, if we have time, it will be the game against Domzali, and then the second leg will be Sloboda Tuzla. Other things to chat about, staff that have come in. As I said, I'm not allowed to use the staff search or player search, so everything is down to scouts and people responding to adverts. Now, weirdly enough, I've got in some scouts and they are horrendous. So our new chief scout, Goran Sankovic, is pretty poor, really, 12-13 for judging player ability and potential, respectively. He's in, and he's not brilliant. And then we have our scouts. We have Naglic, wherever he is. There he is. So 7-7, but he's very adaptable. So that's what got him the job, the fact that he's happy to move from country to country. And Matija Peric, and I got him in because he's very determined. That's why he's in at the moment. But even with those terrible scouts, our scouting is the best in the country, which shows how bad Slovenian football is. Alongside that, we got in a chief data analyst. Their stats don't mean anything. And we also got in a normal data analyst. And I picked these by picking the cheapest, because their stats don't mean anything. We have the best physiotherapies in the league as well. Coaching could be better. I've requested more coaches. The board turned it down, saying we've got enough already. Again, it's hard to find good coaches. A number of these were already here, and there were no better ones responded to an advert that would have made it worthwhile getting rid of the coaches that we already had. So there you go. That's what we've brought in. We brought in a physio from another club, another in Rudzach. Again, good physiotherapy. But generally, all these people are pretty rubbish. But there you go. That's what happens. As the tactics we use, we're generally lining up like this, a 4-2-3-1 with the two deeper midfielders in the holding midfield role. Basically, it keeps these four sat back and allows the two wing-backs to push on, two inside forwards to narrow it up a little bit. Trying to play at a higher tempo and closing people down. Generally, if we're struggling in a game, these two will just push up into here and we'll generally make the whole thing a bit more attacking. We have some very good players in our team. Marcos Tavares is our captain. And a bit of a leader legend, already signing down to a new contract. He is a legend for NK Maribor. There's no arguing about it, really. He prefers to play behind the front man. That's where he'll play for us, in that little hole there. Up top, we've got Lukazovic on loan from Herovin. He was already on loan here when I joined. Very good striker. Novakovic is a 37-year-old, but his stats are phenomenal. But he's very good despite his age. The other striking option we have is Sonny Omegiri. So Sonny is what he's known as. Again, pretty good. A good target man or advance forward. We'll be looking to replace him probably at the end of the year, if we can scout the right people. Versic is another good player. He's getting on a bit at 31, but very good inside forward on this right hand side. Happy with him there. The left hand side is a bit awkward for inside forward. I mainly play this guy there, Bohar, because he cuts in from both of the wings, so no matter what side he's in, he likes to come down the centre. Good stats that we need. He's got good passing, decent pace and acceleration, and good crossing. So happy to have him in the team. Behind them, Amir Dursovic is the person we use to build up from the back. He can tackle, he can pass, kind of. He's a good little player. He's a good little player to have in there. Only 24 as well, so he got a lot of time out of him. Blas Verhevek. Blas Verhevek is the other holding midfielder. He can sit in there. Again, decent. He's a decent player all round. He'll do well. Again, only 24, so lots to come from him. Right back, Ales Mayak is our starting right back and will be. He's 33. He's old, but he's decent. He'll do a good job. His backup or equivalent is Palcic. Sorry, I say that. I think Palcic will be our starting player. Not because of his funky photo that he's got, but he's generally better. He's younger. Loves to run with the ball as well, which is good. Janza starts at left back. Decent stats. He's been a little bit disappointing. He's got a nice good long throw on him though, which is good. He's still young. He can improve. He loves to get forward, which I like. Hence why they're set to support. He'll just bomb on anyway. His backup is the signing we saw, Celsa. Again, decent stats. Trying to get him to push on a little bit more and learn the get forward trait. Centre backs, Rodrigo Defendi was a big buy when Maribor got him. He's 30, Brazilian. He's played for some decent clubs. So Victor Gomes had a go at Tottenham as well. I don't know if many people remember that when he was there. They bought him for 200k back in the day. Played for Udinese. He's been around, but he's a good player to get in. And Marco Sula, another good centre back. He's getting on a bit. His stats in the right places are good. Contract expires at the end of this year, so haven't decided whether we'll keep him on or not. And then the goalkeeper, Yasin Handanovic. He's got good stats. He's 38, so again, I don't think I'm going to keep him on. I'm trying to get the most out of him for tutoring wise. Matko Obradovic, 25-year-old Croatian. Again, good stats, decent player. Not too sure how he's going to do, really, how much game time he's going to get. And the other goalkeeper, Eilaz Kotman, probably going to be our starting goalkeeper when he's back because he's rated very highly potentially. Current ability is decent. If we can get him some game time, I'll be really happy because, as I said, I don't think Handanovic will be with us next season. It depends how much his stats decrease, I guess. So we've gone through previous fixtures, we've gone through the squad, we've gone through the transfers, and we've gone through the staff. So what we'll do is we will get into the game against Domzale. Okay, so welcome back. This is how we line up. We have Handanovic in goal. Mayak, Sula, Defendi and Janza are the back four. In front of them we have Dervisic and Verhoevek. Versic is on the right wing, Tavares down the middle and Bohar on the left, and Zahovic leads the line up front. Domzale are lining up in a 4-2-1-2-1. They're quite defensive, but you know, it will be a tough game. They're very good. These are the team that beat West Ham in the Europa League this season or last season. I think it was this season. They are basically, it goes Maribor, Olympia and Domzale, and they're the top three in the league, and generally the league's fought out between them. Let's crack on to it. So we'll go to the opposition. We'll ask him what he thinks. He thinks we should always start like Benjamin Morel, who is their best player. Go out there and give the fans a performance to be proud of. We have faith in every single one of them, and I think we should have enough to win this. We've got the players. We've got a good squad. Everyone's on good morale after the Europa League win. As the guys line up, we'll just watch this one and then we'll go into the 2D highlights for the game. So first is a corner for Domzale, and it goes back to the corner taker Maya. He swings it into the back toes. Matajic, it's blocked. Morel, good tackle, and it's cleared well by Verherek. If anyone wants to come up with a nickname for Blaze Verherek, or whatever his name is, I'm more than happy to listen to suggestions because I cannot pronounce his name. Bohar runs it infield to Tavares. To Verzic, he's had a shot, but it's gone wide. Corner then, Verzic swings it in. Dervisic, I think it's off the bar. And it's cleared well by Domzale. We are pummeling them alone. Janza on the left wing, cross in. Oh, he went for the near post. He didn't mean to, but it's a good save from the goalkeeper. Bohar to swing in the corner. Swing. Defendi! Oh, Rodrigo Defendi just heads over the bar. Domzale are holding on by a thread at the moment. Hanging on by a thread. Mayak, Sula, Verzic. This is good football we're playing. Tavares, hoping to dictate the play. Oh, he's been tackled by Mayer, who gives it away with a terrible pass. Janza, Bohar, infield to Tavares, back to Janza. Cross in, Zahovic, and he's there, and our first goal in the league comes in the 31st minute against one of our biggest clubs in the league as well, one of the biggest opponent. And here we are then. So Janza got it back from Tavares, got to the byline, dinks it into the near post. Zahovic rises high, heads it down the middle. 1-0 Maribor. Right, we've got into half time and we are 1-0 up, which is very, very good. I'm going to calmly tell them I'm happy with that. Keep it up. They didn't seem fussed at all. Not going to say anything else because we have been dominating them. They haven't even had a shot on target yet. We are bossing this game. We've had one clear-cut chance and we've scored it. So let's keep it going. Bohar's got it in field. Is anything going to come from this? This is straight from the kickoff for the second half. It's gone out to Janza on the left wing. And he's won a corner? No, a throw-in. So he's won a throw-in. Will we see his long throw? No, we won't. Sidok throws it in for Domzale. Gets it back. Crossed in and Morel was... God, bloody hell, that was close. Valaric for Domzale. Matajic, he's into the box. Good save from Handanovic and a good clearance from Sula. Verhek to Bohar. Bohar back to Verhek. Bohar again. Tavares back to Bohar. It's good play. Oh, he's looking for Zahovic with a little dink to the back post, but the keeper Maharavel caught it well. But terrible kick out. Tavares picks it up from the header. Bohar back into Tavares. Again, we're playing it around. Zahovic, oh, it was a good run. Nice little shot on goal, but he couldn't put it in. I am going to make a sub because Versic just is not getting into the game. So what I've done previously is put Mezga over to this side and Bohar on the right. Play like that. And I know they're both sort of uncomfortable doing it, but in pre-season, Mezga on the left just made so many goals and played so well out there. So hopefully he can convert that into the league as well. Although he has just picked up an injury. And it's a twisted knee. So annoyingly, he's probably going to have to... I'm going to have to take him off with a twisted knee. Although his fitness is doing all right. I have got Ahmedi that I could bring on and play there. But I'm not sure yet. I'll leave it for a little bit. I'm conscious that it's a twisted knee and that'll be quite bad. We are attacking a lot down his side. Bohar Zahovic shoots it just wide. If you look up here, 47% of our attacks have come down that side. So it might... I'm going to take him off for the last 5 minutes. I mean, I don't really want to risk him. Ahmedi... Those two can swap back round. So Bohar can go back to the left. Verhoevek, short free kick to Tavares. Skips round a man. Gets his shot off. Commentary says grazes the top of the bar. Wastes a bit more time. Hopefully we'll see this out for a 1-0 win to start the league off. Unless I've just jinxed it. But Mayak's picked that up. Versic, Ahmedi. Holding on to it well. He's done well there. Tavares. And there we go. 1-0 win to Maribor. I'm happy with that start because they are one of the tougher teams in the division. So I'm going to say well done. Again, they weren't that fussed. I don't think I can speak the language yet, so God knows what I've told them. Or I've just said it in English and really no one could pay attention to me. A good start, a good 1-0 start there, and I'm happy with that. We brushed them aside. We're in complete control, apparently. The stats would suggest that. 57% possession, nearly double the amount of shots they had. I'm going to scoot ahead and I'll see you at the Europa League game. It'll be a bit of a longer episode, but we'll do both games. I think there'll be lots of goals in the Europa League game because they're not very good and we beat them 5-1 away. Smashed them at home. But I'll see you guys there. Okay, welcome back. So we've gone with a little bit of a change lineup. We're 5-1 up. We've got 5 away goals. I thought I'd give some of the other players I haven't seen yet a run in the team. So this is how we line up. We have Handanovic keeps his place in goal because I don't really want to risk the youngster too much. Mayak stays at right back, but in the middle we have Cerne. Rodrigo Defendi stays there, but Celsa comes in for his competitive debut. Kaba and Filler make up the new defensive midfield players. Armedi, Versic and Mazega are playing behind the 37-year-old Novakovic up top. They're lining up in the same formation that Domzali played, which is 4-2-1-2-1. But we don't really care about them. On the opposition instructions, they're telling them to do one thing. I'm going to passionately tell them we should be winning this with no problem at all. Off we go. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like. It's really good for me to know what's going on. If you don't like the video and you leave a dislike, leave a comment. And also, if you think if there's any good nicknames, as I said before, I'm struggling with players' names. So any nicknames you want to leave, let me know. Versic, free kick over the bar. As I said, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And we're not playing very well at the moment. But Mezga's picked it up, runs through the middle of the park. He's tackled by Repu into Celebic. Maybe we are being a little bit complacent and I shouldn't have said that team talk. Mezga to Mayak. Gets into the box, crosses it. Novakovic is there. 1-0. That's in the bag. It's in the bag. Mejak. I can't even remember what I called him before. A little deflection on the cross. Novakovic sneaks in. 37-year-old Bosch. Goal. 1-0 Maribor. Zermi takes it for Mayak. That's what I called him. Armedi, Versic, Mazega, Filler, it's a bit of time. Kaba, back to Filler. Kaba, back to Filler. Playing their own little game. But Mezga, oh, what a save that is from Piric in goal. And Mezga had a go from range. Versic swings it in, cleared well. And they're bringing this away, the team that I can't remember who we're playing. Sloboda Tuzla. Hasanovic is tackled well from Celsa. I've gone with the tactic that keeps us the ball because we're one of the better teams in the league. I think when we get to the later stages of Europe, we'll probably change that a little bit. Because we're not going to have as much of the ball, so we're going to have to play on the counter and come up with a formation that will allow us to quickly break, which I'm thinking will be 4-4-2, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how it's going to plan out, and Novakovic goes close, but misses. I've never been in a position where I've had a team that will probably dominate the league competition so easily, but be so poor in Europe. Because I've never done Football Manager where I've been into a league like Slovenia. As much as I do love NK Maribor, I've never managed in this league. I've never managed in a league similar to it. I've started lower leagues. Oh, they've just hit the bar. I've started lower leagues in England, but I think it's completely different because I should dominate this league, and what I want to do is dominate this league every year. I want it to be easy, the league, every year, and I want Europe to be the tough nut to crack, as it were. Well, we've got to half time, and to be honest, I've rambled on through most of that. Thanks for tuning in. The episode 0, as I called it, got quite a lot of interest, which was good. I didn't think it would be that well received because not really much was going on. I think the rules make this challenge interesting, and I think the fact it's Slovenia make this challenge really interesting because I don't know of that many people that have done saves in Slovenia. 20 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go. I think I'm going to freshen it up with some subs. The back four are doing alright. Valan Amadi isn't having a very good game, so he can be replaced by a new guy I haven't actually seen yet. He only played pre-season, Sahalic. We'll go with that for now. Why not? 15 minutes to go, I'll put the youngster in goal. Number 50, on he comes. But for now, before the subs have come on, we're keeping the ball and building up from the back like we'd like to do. Mezga runs with it at his man, into Filler, who's been booked. Versic to Armedi, as he's terrible. Terrible shot. Rodrigo Defendi wins the header. It's out to Badevic. Repu. Rodrigo Defendi wins another header. And Erglic makes his save, his first ever senior save. Well done him. And from that same save, we have brought it away, but we've been tackled. It's come to Repu. Repu and Erglic makes another save. Well done him again. He spilt it, but we'll take it. And the youngsters conceded, and it's 1-1 on the day. Mirzadin Bevab, cracking name, has made it 1-1. Scoring for, I've got to keep checking on the bottom right in their formation. I've got to keep checking what their name is because I keep forgetting. Slobodu Tuzla. I was going to say it's a terrible name, but it's obviously where they're from, so you can't really blame it. Most people would say NK Maribor is probably a terrible game. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a disappointing end to the second game where we should have smashed them. I've rested a lot of players, and I've got an 18-year-old in goal who's never played senior football before. He's come on as a sub and conceded 1. I'm not really that fussed. 6-2 is a more than outstanding aggregate win. Comfortably into the next round where I think it was Shamrock Rovers, I think we had. Let's have a look. I'll congratulate them for getting to the next round. And we'll have a look to see who we're playing. So FC Vaduz must have beat... Yeah, Shamrock Rovers. They beat them, 6-2 on aggregate. So it's going to be a tough game. Let's see where they fit in the schedule. I'm probably going to do all of them. We've got Olympia in the league, so I might come back for there. So the Slovenian league is really small. There's only 10 teams, but you play each other 4 times in the league. Yeah, this is what happens. As I said, we won the Super Cup. We entered the Slovenian Cup in the second round. We're expected to get to the final of that, and we're expected to do the group stages. I've rambled enough. This episode has been extended. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Here's to a future with NK Maribor and Slovenia getting up the league rankings. Thank you very much again, and I will chat to you guys in a bit. Cheers.